Hi, welcome back to Sidebar. We are here with Wisdom Dzotsi of LyondellBasell. He's here to drop some wisdom.
I'll try.
Would you mind introducing yourself and a little bit more about what you do?
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, my name is Wisdom Dzotsi. I'm the senior director for commercial and marketing, development for the Americas. Working for a new business unit, circular and low carbon solutions business of LyondellBasell. Yeah.
Great. And for those who might not be familiar, what does the organization do?
Yeah, LyondellBasell is the largest basically producer of plastics and chemicals, especially in basically North America. We have certainly the largest production of polypropylene and polyethylene in Europe. We also have a large global footprint. We have 21 facilities basically globally producing plastics, but we also our products are sold in over 100 countries as well. So we're certainly big. Yeah, we are very committed to really developing solutions for everyday sustainable living. And so one of the things that we've been working on is really working across the supply chain, making sure that we're connected to different parties around the supply chain to try to close the circular economy and really drive the circularity and basically the circular economy. That's what we're working on.
And so we've heard a little bit about the increasing need for recycled content. How are you guys kind of enabling that to grow as a feedstock?
Right. I think what we've realized, the industry's realized, initially the focus has always been sort of downstream, right? In terms of how do we develop solutions for our customers and brand owners and ultimately the consumer. But I think we also, as an industry, realize that, the biggest challenge is not so much the technology to convert plastic waste into, virgin-like product, but it's actually developing the infrastructure really across the supply chain, particularly upstream. And so what we're doing is really trying to work across, the value chain. So we've got a team that's really, engaged in sourcing, plastic waste, and then having sourced the plastic waste, collaborating with, our industry partners and customers, really looking for new technologies, either through investment in new technology, also expanding our capabilities globally in terms of converting those plastic waste into, virgin properties that, we can use, for basically the end-use customer.
Wow, great. Thank you. And could you explain a little bit about your investment approach across your value chain when it comes to engaging stakeholders and brand partners?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to. Investment, I think if we start really from the consumer, perspective, right? So I think most importantly, we need to educate the consumer, right? We need to also work with our brand owner customers in terms of how do we make sure that the consumer is informed around how to recycle. So there is that activity where, we're investing a lot with, our brand owner customers in terms of, educating and then also advocating, in terms of how people can go about, recycling. And then really looking at, first of all, how do we enable the industry to become more circular, right? Through making recycling easy, which is really developing an ecosystem, right, around how plastic waste is basically sourced, and then sorted into all the different streams, and then the technologies for converting those. So we've been investing quite a bit along the value chain. We do a lot with, basically venture capitalists in terms of early stage technology, whereby, if we see an interesting technology that we certainly want to fund, for every dollar that we basically invest in venture capitalists in terms of early stages, we basically catalyze about $5, right?
Oh, wow.
So it's significant. It's really from our partners in terms of basically doing that. We're also investing in new technologies. A lot of it, advanced recycling, which you may have heard about. Our MoTech technology is a proprietary technology that we've developed that really makes taking the more difficult to recycling, plastics that are not easily basically recycle using mechanical recycling. It's called advanced recycling. We've been able to develop a technology which we call MoTech, which allows us to be able to use a proprietary catalyst technology, which really takes plastic waste back to its molecular basis, and allows us to be able to use that, to make virgin plastics. And
Closing
it
the
gives
loop.
us, it gives us the scale, right? So, we're able to do that more efficiently. It's lower, it has a lower carbon footprint, therefore it's less energy intensive as well. And so we're hoping that, through the scale of the MoTech technology, we'll be able to, advance that basically better than people are doing today.
Wow. Well, it's fascinating to learn about how circularity plays a role in the whole plastic
Sure.
supply chain, upstream
It does,
and downstream.
Absolutely. Right.
Yes. Thank you so much for being here, Wisdom.
Thank you.
We
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your time.